going to go down well with Ben. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to ORED TV. I'm wearing a Newcastle shirt tonight just to spice things up a bit. But I've got my favourite one of all with us tonight. I call him Motty. He's my John Motson. Jackson, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, thank you. A bit shocked to see the Newcastle get up. Like, it's just to spice things up.
It's my favourite shirt from 95, 97. I think it's the best one they've ever had with the Grandad collar. We had one similar, but the green and white one, the Carlsberg. Remember it?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I can appreciate. Yeah, it's an iconic shirt. But I was thinking, like, because I know a lot of Tottenham fans are wanting Tottenham to lose to Manchester City this weekend because they don't want Arsenal to win the league. And is this you saying that you want Arne Slot to go? Is this like a statement from you?
Well, no, do I want him to go? My question is, Ben thinks the stream's at 8 o'clock, so you can just message him and let him know we've just gone live now if he wants to jump in. He thinks it's at 8 o'clock. No, it's 8 o'clock European time, Ben. This is so our brother in Norway can watch it. And I hope you're feeling better, mate. Alred, it's not the same without you, pal. So if you're watching this, lots of love from me and Jackson and the rest of the guys, and get well soon.
Yeah, get well soon, Harold.
Yeah, we're missing your valued opinions on here, mate. But no, do I want Slot gone? My question is, and this is the headline of the stream, is it breathing space for Arne Slot after the win against Karabag, or is he under pressure? That's my question to you.
Yeah, maybe a tiny bit of breathing space. Like we got the job done against a team that's nowhere near as good as us. But naturally, when you looked at the Bournemouth result, you're wondering, oh, could it be one of those games where we have all these chances but don't actually score? But no such problems. So I was pretty happy with it. And I think if Liverpool still keep going along nicely in the Champions League, then there's absolutely no reason why Arne Slot can't sort of keep his job and continue to get a chance until the end of the season.
I've got a couple of questions here now. First of all, how did you feel we played on Wednesday night?
It was good. I wouldn't say it was outstanding. I wouldn't say it was particularly bad. I think once the third goal went in from Salah, Karabag really went off the boil. They were very bad. And like McAllister's second goal, I was a defender when I was playing Sunday League. That was a poor goal for them to concede. We'll take it, of course. And then once we went 5-0 up, I noticed Liverpool just kind of slowed the pace down because there's no reason to try and get 8 or 9 goals, and they just happened to get a 6th one near the end through Chiesa. So I think it was fine. It was good, but on a night when it could have easily been a lot harder than it was. But I don't think we should read too much into the performance because it was a game we were expected to win.
Is there any particular player on Wednesday night who stood out for you?
I mean, I'll point to McAllister because he got the 2 goals. I did feel a bit for Cody Gakpo. He did have quite a few chances and it just wouldn't go in. I wouldn't say any of his chances were like sitters, but they're ones that he would want to score. But a couple of them were, well, good saves by the keeper. One of them was quite a lucky save. I think it was the one in the first half where cross came in, Gakpo headed it, and the keeper just kind of flapped at it and happened to save it. That when you're not in form, hello, Ben.
You've not missed anything, mate. Don't worry.
No.
Yeah, go on, Jackson. Carry on.
Yeah, just felt a bit sorry for Cody Gakpo because he had a few chances on Wednesday night and it just wouldn't go in for him. But I think it was a bit better because he's not had a particularly good season, Cody Gakpo. But yeah, McAllister was my standout player, and Florian Wirtz as well. Yeah, he played well, but I feel like we're saying that every week now. He's really like settled in at Liverpool.
He has, yeah. Good evening, Ben. How are you, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. I thought it was at 8. So.
No, yeah, mate. No, I say 8 o'clock for Elrid, so because obviously they're an hour in front of us in Norway. and we just wished him all the best and hope he gets well soon. And he's back on board with us, and he can bore us with his dulcet tones and his voice of treason, little anecdotes what he comes out with. What's your thoughts on the game, Ben, on Wednesday night against Karabag? I know it was 6-0. I and like me and Jackson, we were talking in the green room before we came live. I couldn't get excited about it at all. The only thing I enjoyed on Wednesday night, and we've spoke about it, me and Jackson. So I want your thoughts on this. The only thing which really excited me on Wednesday night was Benfica's goalkeeper's goal against Real Madrid. What were your thoughts when you saw that?
Don't tell Arteta. The game on its own now. You expect that from us? Really? It's Karabag. Well, Liverpool. We spent 500 million in the summer. We're significantly better. And that's no offense to Karabag. They had a good campaign themselves.
Yeah.
They beat a couple of big teams, Benfica and Frankfurt and whatnot. They got a good point against Chelsea. But at Anfield, you expect to be beating them comfortably, and we did. So I'm not going to sit here and praise these players for doing so. I expect that of them. I will, however, come on and praise them on Saturday if they beat Newcastle and can beat Newcastle well, or City, or Sunderland, or if they go on a run now and win these games that we've got coming up, which is a hellish run if you think about it.
It is, yeah. I mean, it's quite apt that you've just rhymed those fixtures off, because Newcastle have to go to Karabag as well, which I don't think they're going to find easy at all. And the thing is, Ben, as well, the fixtures you've just rhymed off, and I said to Jackson just before we went live, I'm a little bit concerned now with how Leroy Senior's got Chelsea playing, and how Michael Carrick's got United looking a little bit more fresh, because apparently Arne Slot was told by the press officer today before his press conference not to mention PSG. Now I don't know what your thoughts are on that, and I'll come to you each in turn. I'll tell you what, Ben, I'll let you go first because I made some notes on Slot's press conference, and I'll let you know what he said after if you didn't see it.
I reckon that decision to not mention PSG is coming from higher positions, like legal. PSG were threatening a cease and desist. I don't blame them either. All the guy can talk about is PSG. PSG. Shut up, mate. We're not PSG. You are not Luis Enrique. You are not a good manager. Stop talking about PSG.
What are your thoughts on it, Jackson?
I feel like whenever a manager is under a lot of pressure, and Arne Slot is under a lot of pressure right now, every word they say gets put under the microscope so much more than it already is when you're managing an elite club. That him saying that losing to PSG helped Liverpool win the league. Yeah, I don't think that was the best thing, because I feel like we'd already won the league at that point. It was our form during the winter months last season which allowed us to pull away from everyone else. But the stuff about where he also went, well, Liverpool have only won 2 league titles in 35 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not inaccurate. that is the truth. And there was also that thing about how 2 years ago we were playing in the Europa League, and that was seen as a dig at Jurgen Klopp. I mean, I feel like Arne Slot and Jurgen Klopp have a pretty good relationship, but when you're the guy after the guy, it can get a bit tiresome just hearing about how great your predecessor was, especially when you've won a league less than a year ago. I think Arne Slot. So that I think he was a frustrated man this week. So I'm not going to come down hard on him, because we all say things that we think back and we look back and think, shouldn't have said that. But when we're angry, and he's angry on for a number of reasons, because Liverpool aren't playing well and people are questioning him, even though he did such a good job last season. Yeah. So that PSG comment, not the best, but I don't think it should. Sorry.
In my mind, him talking about the PSG
He's froze.
Oh,
Is he?
we've
He's
had a
froze in time.
couple of problems with that
Yeah,
tonight.
I think with what he said about PSG, I don't think he's doing himself any favours because Jamie Carragher's come out this week and said what the Liverpool fans are saying online. He finds it extremely disrespectful to Arne Slot, and to an extent, I agree because I know everybody said. I've said it myself. I'm guilty of it. I've said it. We won the league last year, but it was Klopp's team. But the thing is, at the end of the day, yeah, Klopp assembled the squad, but you still got to go out there and win the games and do the business.
Absolutely, yeah. I didn't see David Moyes winning the league in his first season at Man United.
Tactically, Slot was spot on every week. His substitutions were miraculous. I mean, people couldn't figure out this guy's a genius, and now suddenly he's not. You don't become a bad coach overnight, and then if you look at the injuries we've been picking up, and we picked one up again on Wednesday night, 2 minutes in, Frimpong with his hamstring again.
That's very that was the only stain on Wednesday night's performance. Yeah, that injury, because now we're a bit screwed at right back. I kind of don't really know what we're going to do. I didn't catch the press conference to see how long Joe Gomez will be out for, but hopefully for not very long.
I mean, there has been a transfer window, and we're 30 days into it now. So I don't think Liverpool are going to do anything, because if they were, they'd have done it by now.
Yes, I think so as well.
Absolutely.
One thing I do like about Liverpool is that they tend not to do panic buys.
No.
Yeah, Chiesa was viewed as a panic buy last season, but now he's kind of seen as a pretty good move.
Well, and the thing is, with the Chiesa signing, I mean, on Wednesday night, I don't know if you saw it or not when you watched it, but Arne Slot seemed to be really pissed off when Chiesa scored.
I did see that.
It was the only goal he didn't celebrate.
I mean, if you're going to celebrate at 6-0, maybe the Karabakh manager might be like, "Oh, that's a bit disrespectful. The game's been won long ago." So I feel you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. It's an unfortunate shot at Arne Slot. Yeah. I don't think he hates Chiesa personally.
I think he loves him as a person, but just doesn't like him as a footballer.
Yeah, quite possibly. But yeah, that moment on the TV, it did fit the narrative quite well, which in a way was quite funny.
No, I think Chiesa must be thinking he must have slept with a nun at the moment, because nothing's going right for Federico.
Yeah.
And I love the guy, but we all know he's gone in the summer. Hey Ben, are you okay?
This website sucks.
This what?
Website sucks. Maintenance been fine all day.
Has it?
Yeah.
We'll just be talking about Ernest Watt, and obviously I've just mentioned to Jackson that the game on Wednesday night, the only goal he didn't celebrate was Federico Chiesa's, and he looked pretty pissed off when Chiesa scored. I mean, we've had a bit of a laugh about it. I mean, maybe he likes Federico Chiesa as a person, but doesn't like him as a player. What do you think, Ben?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
If you was Federico Chiesa, how would you be feeling in yourself? Try and look at it that way, then.
I'd revel in my forehead of hair.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Anyway, right. So Ernie Slot in his press conference this morning, I don't know if you two got a chance to see it, but he basically said that Frimpong is out for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
Ibu's back in training today, and he's available for the squad tomorrow. Obviously, he's lost his dad over the last week or so. Nobody's coming in regarding transfers. And he also touched on Harvey Elliott, and he said it was nice to see him play again, but Harvey Elliott's an Aston Villa player, and that's all I'll say on it. So he killed that one dead again. he said Newcastle is a crucial game, and every game you win helps you with confidence. Curtis is available, and then they asked him how do you compare the Champions League performances to the league performances, and he said the amount of games we've played with the same players in the Premier League has had a physical effect on the Champions League.
Him saying he's Aston Villa's player, does he realise that it's a loan with obligation, and the obligation is very unlikely to be triggered? So he is still factually a Liverpool player.
Yeah,
like that's the sign of a terrible manager.
But it also tells you that he doesn't like the fella and he doesn't trust him.
Yeah, I know. But at the same time, it shows the sign of a terrible manager. Someone regardless of where he is right now or how he's been used, Klopp would be on the phone with him every day.
Mm.
And having updates, asking him if he's all right and whatnot. Whereas he's like, "Man, he's Aston Villa's problem now, mate."
But I think he's got. I think you two can correct me if I'm wrong on this, and no doubt you both will. But I think he's contradicting himself now because of the injuries we've got, and obviously they'll come back. They asked him about Isak, and he said, "Well, he's out of his walking frame." What he means is he's out of the boot he was wearing for his leg. So, but he's not doing any physical stuff. He's still doing his rehab. But he said he wanted a smaller squad. He didn't want a squad of 25. He only wanted a squad of 19. And now, if you look at the injuries we've been picking up, and obviously the amount of games that the lads have got to play, or the same 11 he's got to pick, he's having a little bit of a moan about it. But if he'd have had a squad of 25, he wouldn't have had any complaints, would he?
No, this problem is his own fault. You can say some of the injuries have been unlucky. The Bradley injury that came out to nothing, the Isak injury. Van der Ven literally demolished his knee and ankle and whatnot. So that's out of his control. But at the same time, this isn't the Dutch league. You can't go an entire season with 19 players.
No, and you can't win the Champions League with it, can you?
There's 4 competitions in England. I don't know how many there is in the Netherlands. I think there's the league and the main cup, and that's 2 less competitions than there is in England, and 50 times less intense and physical and demanding. A 19-man squad is never going to roll in the Premier League. So whoever told him that he should do it is ill-advising him.
Yeah, I do remember Jurgen Klopp often complaining about fixture congestion and having a sort of thinner squad than the likes of Manchester City. I think that's just what managers do. They know at heart what the root of a problem is, but they're not going to say it to the world's media. So they'll blame anyone else outside of their own circle. They'll blame the officials. They'll blame the Premier League for all the fixture congestion and things like that. So I think Arne Slot is just doing what a lot of managers do, and just blaming things that are not that are kind of out of his control. So, but yes, I do appreciate your earlier point, Craig, about how those two things are, they are kind of contradictory. You can't sort of really deny that.
And just one last thing on the Champions League and the game on Wednesday night before we head over to our other topic. I think if Liverpool, right, I'm going to stay neutral on this. I'm not going to be a Liverpool fan. I'm going to get your 2 views on this. Okay, so for conversational sake, the injuries we've got, he's got a fully fit squad now, we're all back, and they're in the last 16 of the Champions League. Do you realistically think that Liverpool could go on and win this? And do you feel that if Liverpool play the second leg at home, regardless of who's left in it, Liverpool is a ball or a number that they don't want to get paired against? I'll start with you, Ben, on this.
If we are fully, say we bar Bradley, because it's already confirmed he won't be here for the rest until next season. Say Isak comes back, and one on Gomez comes back, and one on Frimpong and all them. And I do think we can go on a good Champions League run, maybe even win it. The Champions League isn't about being the best team; it's about being the luckiest team. So all you have to do is, and since we've got home advantage in the second legs now up until the semi-finals, I mean, why not? I mean, the run's pretty comfortable as well. I think one of Juve or Atletico, Galatasaray or Club Bruges in the round of 16. You'd expect us to beat any of them, and then it's PSG, Chelsea, Barca, Newcastle, or Chelsea in the quarterfinals. Other than Chelsea and maybe PSG, I think we can beat Barca and Newcastle. It's the semi-finals where it gets sticky because it could be Arsenal or Bayern.
I wouldn't even be that worried against Bayern Munich. They've shown some signs of weakness like last weekend. In answer to your question, Craig, we can win the Champions League. It's going to be really hard, but of course, like when you're in a competition with all the best teams, it's supposed to be hard. No club in Europe wants to go to Anfield. If you give any manager an option to avoid a two-legged tie against Liverpool, they'll take it, even if Liverpool this season aren't playing so well. The main reason why Liverpool are a particularly successful team in Europe is because of Anfield. It does things to players. You see that Barcelona documentary where that whole team, they just froze on that famous night in 2019. Jordi Alba, a Euros winner, a Champions League winner, he was crying at half-time when Barcelona still had a 2-goal advantage in the tie, but he knew what was coming in the second half. So it is for sure possible, and especially if Liverpool can have better luck with injuries in the second half of the season, Liverpool can win the Champions League. But I think let's just try to get to the semi-finals first and then see where we're at. It's just sort of going off how things have gone this season. We might slip up on one particular game and then give ourselves too much to do if we have the second leg at Anfield, but it's of course possible. I still think the FA Cup is our best shot at winning a trophy this season, though.
How I see it really is it depends on the side of the draw we get put on the 27th of February. Because if we get put on the Arsenal side of the draw in comparison to Bayern, whilst I think Bayern on paper would be a bit of an easy game because they play more attacking football, which is kind of our bread and butter. Arsenal might have a league to focus on because City aren't going away, Villa won't go away, so they could be focusing on the league, and then that's going to be in the back of their minds. Like, okay, we might have to play this game because I think the North London derby I think the North London, no, it doesn't. But I think when they play the quarterfinals, if like say they draw City, they could be going to the Etihad 4 times in like a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, they play City in the league on the 18th of April in Manchester.
Yeah, and if they draw them in the quarterfinals, they'll have to play them again, and that'll be 3 times, and then they could draw them in the FA Cup. And they might have to play them before all that in the Carabao Cup final, which is looking likely.
Yeah, possibly. Oh dear, lovely. And that leads me on to my next segue, lovely. So, but before we crack on to the next topic, everybody who's watching this or who isn't, and you've never heard of us, like and subscribe to the channel or over TV, and you will see Jackson regular, Ben, myself, Deck when he's not either on a date or feeding his fish. Brother Al Red when he's well, and Anthony when he's not too stressed out after a tough day at work. But the lads will be here in regular form because they always knock it out the park. They never let me down. And I couldn't wish for anybody better to do this with, to be honest with you. It gives me something to look forward to at the end of the day. So moving on, we've got Newcastle coming to Anfield tomorrow night. These games are always classics. I'm not expecting a 4-3 tomorrow, but I would love it if we beat them. I really would. Yeah.
Tell you what, it's a good thing it's a good thing we don't get many people in the chat. They'd be so confused here. All Red TV and the host of it is wearing a Newcastle top of
Ben, see, Jackson knew why I was doing it. I've only done it to spice it up a little bit, but I could balance it out. I could quite. Hang on a second. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm going to even it out here now.
Please tell me you don't have a half and half scarf.
No. I'm going to even it out here now, guys. I'm going to even it out. There you go.
Yeah, good
Right.
retro kit.
On the back, signed by
That's a
Mr.
throwback.
Collymore. Yeah, that's an original, signed by Stan the Man. So I'm not a Geordie. I'm not a Geordie. But Newcastle, Liverpool. I think there's two managers here under pressure. Eddie Howe, without a doubt, he's the powers that be at St James's Park. They're not happy with how things are going this season. Now they've got 3 injuries, and all Livermentor's out tomorrow. He's not available. I don't know whether Bruno Guimaraes is available as well. I think there's a late check on him, but I think Newcastle. It's not going to be easy. It never is, and I think Eddie Howe, he's coming under pressure, and I think with the Champions League as well in midweek. Jackson, on the Newcastle front? What are your thoughts on the season, and do you think that actually Eddie Howe could end up leaving St James's Park, or do you think they'll let him see this dodgy patch out what he's going through?
I think if I was in charge of, or if I was on the board at Newcastle, I would certainly stick with Eddie Howe. Like he won them their first trophy in 70 odd years at our expense, unfortunately. But they have had kind of a bad season. I'm looking at the Premier League table now; they're 9th. I think they've had 1 or 2 goodish results, although actually I'm looking at their results and I'm basically making that up on the spot because there have been a few draws and defeats. Like they drew to Wolves, who admittedly are a bit improved, lost to Villa at home last weekend. I also saw a stat: Newcastle haven't won at Anfield in the league since April 1994. They have a notoriously bad record when playing away to us. I think Eddie Howe is a good manager, but I have kind of heard that Amanda Staveley, who brokered the deal to allow the Saudis to take over Newcastle, she was a very big fan of Eddie Howe and was kind of the driving force behind appointing him. But she is now no longer involved with Newcastle, I'm pretty sure. So he's lost a key ally with someone who's involved in the top brass. So maybe if they don't qualify for next season's Champions League or Europa League, I think, he'll be in trouble. But we've said this so many times. This is just a weird season in the Premier League. Every team, everyone's beating everyone. So if you win 3 games in a row, all of a sudden you're either in the Champions League spots or you're a really strong contender. So that's kind of all it's going to take for all those teams that are in and around it. So, I think Eddie Howe will be in some trouble if he finishes outside Champions League and Europa League spots.
Ben, what are your thoughts on the Newcastle front and how things are going for them this season?
Well, they're coming off a good performance, aren't they, from the midweek? From what I sort of read, they were the better team against PSG. And apparently they've got a system now that kind of helps them play better in bigger games. They played a 3 at the back at midweek. And that was good for them because they were able to cover more ground with more drills and whatnot. So that'll be a problem, because we hate playing 3 at the backs notoriously. And Jackson mentioned a record of not losing to Newcastle at Anfield since the 90s. That's just another record for Slot to break, in it, really.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it myself because I'm very pro Arda Slot, but I knew someone would say something like
that. What a gem that was! That was an hand grenade if ever there was one. You can see that one coming. And the thing is as well, after the game on Wednesday night, Etatike was asked in the mix zone about Newcastle and how close he was to signing for them, and he said it was close. He said, but I knew where I wanted to be. I knew where I wanted to go, and I'm here. So, and he said, well, you'll get some stick at the weekend during the game. And he went, I don't care. These are my fans here. These are my fans what are behind me. So I don't really care what Newcastle think. And then I read a quote from Eddie Howe. They asked him about Alexander Isak. And he said, I'll put you straight on this now. It's as simple as this. Newcastle set a valuation. Liverpool met the asking price. Liverpool paid the money. They bought an exceptional talent. They bought a wonderful person. He's a great striker. It's just unfortunate that he's injured at the moment, but it's a blessing for us that we won't be facing him tomorrow night. Now, that's fair enough. You know, he didn't say anything nasty about Isak. I agree with you, Jackson. I think Newcastle, they are under pressure. And the thing is, Liverpool and Newcastle, they have got a sort of a strange love affair, these two. 1974 FA Cup final. Liverpool, Newcastle. Liverpool win 3-0. And there's two players who played for Newcastle that day. Terry McDermott, God rest, you know, who's not well now. He's got dementia now, Terry Mac. Terry McDermott and Alan Kennedy, a.k.a. Bernie Rubble, who scored the winner against Real Madrid in 1981. So we've got an history of signing players from Newcastle who actually go on and win major trophies with us. So
we also have Andy Carroll.
Well, the least said about that, the better. Sweet Carol 9, yeah, I'm not breaking it into that again. No, but I think it's going to be a good game tomorrow. I can't call it. What's your prediction for the game, Jackson? How do you think it's going to go?
I think we'll win by very narrowly. Like you say, I think it'll be an entertaining game, but. Yeah, even though this season has gone badly, I'm still always confident because of last season. Maybe I'm living in the past a bit, but yeah, I think we'll win maybe 2-1. I reckon. Yeah, I could see Ekitike getting a goal and shushing the Newcastle fans.
Okay, Ben, your thoughts?
I think we'll win 2-0. Ekitike brace, maybe a Verts goal. Wouldn't mind another. Him continuing his run of form at the moment. That'd be nice.
He's playing well at TK, isn't he? And Verts is finding his feet as well now. Really is. I knew he'd come good.
He was saying something similar on the BBC the other day, or today I think it was. He did an interview on the BBC and he was talking about how he finally feels comfortable now with the intensity of the Prem and the physicality of it, and it's finally coming to him.
He looks. I don't know unless my eyes are deceiving me, but he looks like he's bulked out a little bit as well.
He does.
Yeah,
he's been eating some steak. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's on the old Shankly diet, isn't he? Steak. He's on the Bill Shankly diet. So anyhow, and I don't know if you saw this earlier on, but apparently Besiktas have made an approach to take Mamardashvili on loan till €2 for 6 months.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's about as likely to happen as me becoming a millionaire, because why would we give up our only other goalkeeper when Alisson is relatively injury prone as it is?
Yeah, I'd be shocked if Liverpool were to sanction that.
This late into the window as well, and it's only exactly like Mamardashvili isn't going to get games. He's probably going to play some Prem games eventually, because Alisson's probably going to do one of his stupid drivellas and do his hamstring for a month, and he's going to play the FA Cup game against Brighton in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, so. Yeah. I was just absolutely gobsmacked when I saw it. I thought, well, no, and then I saw the link just before we came on tonight regarding another Dutch right back, which
it's been played down already.
You know, well, the thing is, he's injury prone. He's another Mickey van der Ven, isn't he?
Denzel Dumfries ain't injury prone. He's just had this one long injury, and he's been out since November.
So why would you sign somebody like that?
I don't know. I was saying it in a group chat earlier. It's the most Liverpool thing ever to sign a player who's injured longer than Frimpong will be as an emergency option.
Maybe we'll finally see Calvin Ramsey get a game, unless he's injured.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't trust Calvin Ramsey either, does he?
Much I think. Chiesa get a game at right back before Calvin Ramsey.
I'm not going to comment on that one. I'm not going to say anything. And the thing is, as well, when you watch Ernie Slott's press conferences at the minute, he's making us sound like we're paranoid. it's just so monotone and drab. It's
Is that not just his voice? I think he was quite monotone last season. He doesn't create headlines out of slot, which I like. I like him for. Although I know he has this week, but generally he doesn't create headlines.
He's too what is it, blunt, if you would.
Yeah, that's just how the Dutch are. I think.
The Dutch are just very naturally, inherently blunt. They will say what they feel or how they think.
Well, I'm the same, but I'm not Dutch.
Yeah, it's not genetic.
But that's how I was brought up. You say what you think, you say what you feel, and if people don't like it,
tough luck.
Close your door on the way out. That's my answer. Simple as that. But this might text it. Close your door on the way out. But
one thing I will say though is on that thing you were talking about, that journalist who asked Ekitike about his how close he was to Newcastle. Is that really the standard of journalism? Oh, how close were you to Newcastle? Because he's a Liverpool player. So it's not like it's going to help Newcastle in the future secure his signature.
No.
So why are you asking? No one cares.
You know, I mean, looking at us, I mean, like, I've got a question for you on Jeremy Frimpong, Jackson.
And
his current injury plight.
Yeah.
Would you I think he's injury prone. He reminds me of Michael Owen to a degree, right? Not right. Only from an injury point of view. Would you cash in on Jeremy Frimpong if it carried on like this?
I mean, this is like his second injury since he signed for us. Oh, third. Well, if it could be a case of him, basically, like Florian Wirtz, who couldn't hack the intensity of the Premier League. It could be Jeremy Frimpong just needing to adjust his body because he's playing in a more intense league. If, say, it carries on a similar pattern next season, then maybe we need to start looking for another right back. Maybe bring back Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Put some light from Punk because he's so fast in run and he's so his pace in bursts. That's a leading cause of hamstring and muscle problems.
Yeah.
Van der Ven's the same. He's had 5 injuries in 2 years in his hamstring alone, or his leg area. So because he's so fast and he can start accelerating at ungodly speeds. It just screws him up. Plus, he's not used to doing it in such an intense league, and he's doing it more. Or sometimes he's not playing for a bit, then he's playing loads of games, and then he's not playing, and then he's playing loads of games. So it's a weird situation, but I wouldn't sell it because he's a homegrown player and he's still a useful piece to have in the squad.
Yeah, and he is probably our best right back at the moment. I think he is. He's shown himself to be a bit better than Conor Bradley, despite his defensive flaws.
If there was a right back to be sold this summer, I'd sell Bradley, but zero hesitation. Bradley's been injury prone for a lot longer, and Bradley's not showing any signs of improvement, in my opinion. He's still the same player he was 2 years ago. He's just older.
Possibly,
that's a fair point. And the thing is, I mean, I'm not confident we'll win tomorrow, but we should do. But in respect to the game tomorrow, which one's the bigger game for you two guys? The Newcastle game tomorrow, or the one next weekend against City?
Oh, I hope it lets City win. To be honest, give them 3 points. I don't care.
I don't have a City shirt, so don't worry about
that. I'd say tomorrow's is more important, mainly because it is just the next game. But I'm not going to go so extreme in wanting us to lose to Manchester City. Us to play win the league. I mean, I don't want it, of course. I want Liverpool to win the league, but it wouldn't offend me that much if Arsenal were to win the league. I know their fans are not well liked by other fans, but I grew up. All I knew when I grew up was Man United winning everything. So I feel like if you can withstand your biggest rivals winning all the time in your formative years, then you can kind of take anything else. So Arsenal winning the league I'd be pretty numb to it. So I don't care how the title race goes because we're not in it.
It's not really about them winning the league because I don't like them. I just want them not to win the league because I want to see AFTV.
Oh, mate. Right. While you've just mentioned it, I'm going to touch on it for a second. Because after the game on Sunday, when they lost to United, which I couldn't believe, right? Arteta bottled it for me. But on the Monday morning, I went onto YouTube and I went on AFTV, and you want to see, it's called Forever Arsenal, FOUR, Forever Arsenal. There's 4 of them on it. Lee Judge, Big Robbie, and 2 others, and you want to hear them talking about, honestly, they really lose their shit. They cannot stand losing to United.
I'm starting with one. I'm starting with one of the AFTV regulars currently.
Who is?
Me.
What, one of their regulars?
Yeah. Like on
AFTV.
Yeah, I'll tell you after.
Well, there's another one I watched as well last season when they were in the relegation dogfight. I think it was last season, but it's not Arsenal. It was Everton. Blue Boys Network. There's a taxi driver on there. His name was John. I couldn't stop laughing. I was in tears because he'd go off on a rant, and honestly, you think he was going to burst a blood vessel the way he was going. It was hilarious. It really was.
I love them Everton spaces on Twitter. You know, with spirit of the Blues.
Toxic Everton is the funniest thing.
Those seasons when they were.
Is that actually a site that?
On Twitter, it's spaces.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Like, it was so funny during the relegation seasons when they were so close to going down, but not then end up surviving. Oh my God. It was comedy gold every time.
So, I mean, Ben, you've rammed the fixtures off. We've got 3 really difficult games now.
4-5.
Well, yeah, but looking at Newcastle, City, Sunderland.
Newcastle, City, Sunderland, Forest, Brighton so far.
Well, I wouldn't class Forest as a difficult game, but it's Sean Dyche, isn't it?
It's Sean Dyche's team away from home. It's definitely a tough game.
Yeah, it's Sean Dyche, and then, you know, so...
and they beat us very easily at Anfield.
So. Oh, I was hoping you wasn't going to mention that, Jackson. So, I think, okay, so if we win tomorrow, comfortable, all right. We win tomorrow, everything's not rosy in the garden. Do you think this has brought Ernie sort of some breathing space?
If he wins tomorrow?
Or do you think he's still under pressure? Yeah.
He's still under pressure. I don't think anything he does this season, unless he wins the Champions League and the FA Cup, will relieve of that pressure. He has, like, in the nicest way possible, he has made this club a laughingstock this season. He's killed the Anfield fear factor. That was, like, I know you have your own opinion on Anfield, but but Anfield always was a place that no one wanted to come to, regardless of whether the atmosphere was good or not, because we always turned up there, and we were always high energy. Under Slot this season, it's just so easy. Like I said at the time, teams have gone from doubters to believers when they travel to Anfield.
I think one point to say there, Ben, and I agree what you're saying about Anfield. When she decides to come alive, boy, do you know it. But I think the fans, as the weeks go by and the games go by, I think the fans are starting to turn on Ernie Slot more and more now.
Yeah. Thing is,
and it's not nice to see. It's not nice to see at all. But
thing is, though,
it's a results basis.
Well, you could say it's not nice to see, but Slot's bringing on himself. He's not.
Of course he is.
He's not playing an exciting brand of football.
Nope.
It's very defensive, very stale, sideways, keep control of the ball. That's all it is. And not to mention, he doesn't have a connection with the fans like Klopp did. Which is why I say, like, Anfield instantly comes back alive if Xabi Alonso or Gerrard take the job, because they have a connection to this fan base.
Okay, so my question to you, Jackson, you can this one first.
Okay.
If Liverpool win the European Cup or the Champions League, however you want to slice it, does Ernie Slot keep his job?
Oh, 100% for me. Like, 2 seasons, 1 Premier League, 1 Champions League. I've never known success like this for a manager or head coach in my lifetime as a Liverpool fan. Of course, the bad Premier League form has to improve next season. Like, I think that's the next stage for Liverpool. I want to see Liverpool win another league title and then do a proper defence of it, because this one has been a feeble title defence, as was the one under Klopp as well. I think Liverpool fans these days, they're right to criticise Arne Slot, but Jurgen Klopp is revered, and of course he should be, but I feel like football fans have they have short memories. There were bad times under Jurgen Klopp as well. Yeah. We'd have a good season like winning the league, and then the season after we poor. The season when we were going for the quadruple, the following season after that was poor. We didn't even finish in the Champions League spots. So I think, we need to be a bit patient. And any Liverpool manager that wins the Champions League, I think, achieves legendary status. Like I really think that. And if Arne Slot wins the Premier League and Champions League, then he can't lose his job for that.
I see it similar to the Ten Hag situation when he won the FA Cup in 2024, was it? I think it was.
Yeah. You don't have to give Slot a new contract. You can maybe wait one more year just to see if it doesn't a fluke.
Even if he wins the Champions League, I don't want to give him another season, because that means giving him another window. And we need to spend in the summer because we need players. I don't want to get players that suit a Slot system, and then we go and get Nagelsmann or Xabi or Luis Enrique, and these players don't suit that system. So I'd rather just, if he wins the Champions League now or this season, resign, leave with honour, leave on the biggest high you can leave on. That's how I see it. Leave mutually agreement. At the end of the season, you leave as a legend of the club. You'll leave as a champion of Europe, and you'll go to pastures new with a Champions League medal around your neck, and you can flex that to whatever club you try and sign for next. Like, I just won the Champions League, you'd be lucky to have me, kind of flex. But like in regards to your point about the bad times under Klopp, I disagree in a way that even when we were bad then, the problems were so much deeper and so out of the control of Klopp and the players. And even then, there were still moments where you were like, okay, I can see what he's trying to do here. Other than like that period in 22-23 when we were playing Wolves and Brighton Munich every week. Yeah.
I remember that run, yeah. And
not
having any belief.
Yeah. Other than that, like 2 month period where we were playing the same teams, but it felt like you never once thought like, oh, well, you don't know what we're trying to do here. You could see something like even at the end of 22-23 when we started playing Trent as a midfielder, like you saw, okay, this is what we want to do now. That's how we're going to adapt, and we did, and it worked for a bit, even though it wasn't sustainable, as the Arsenal fans would say.
I think you've both made some exceptional points there, and what I would say is, if we win the Champions League, to win it a seventh time,
that takes us joint second, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean six. I mean, we stand on our own in this country regarding the lifting of big ears, anyhow, and
if we win the
twice.
If we win the Champions League, I think it's undisputed that we're the biggest club in the country then. Because the one thing United had over us was the 20th league title. We've equalled that. Yeah, so the only thing then they'll have over us is the treble, but then that's not exactly special anymore because City have done it.
Yeah, but we never have, and they stopped us doing it in '77, didn't they? So, and the thing is, if we win, I prefer it the European Cup, not the Champions League. I'm old school.
Call it what you want, I don't care, as long as it's above Van Dijk's head in May.
Yeah, and the thing is...
and Arne Slot's head as well. Yeah. He deserves to lift that trophy if we win it.
And the thing is, if we win that 7 times, I don't think he'd be bothered what would happen to him, but I've read something today that the hierarchy within Anfield have already made the decision that he won't be in charge next year. I know the club have come out and said that they've said to the press that they're still backing him. Well, if you're still backing him, why have you not given him any transfer funds this window then? You're not backing him because you're not letting him bring us... Richard Hughes has neglected his duties in not signing a centre-back because we've got one fit centre-half. We know who that is. So Richard Hughes doesn't get away with this scot-free. Neither does Michael Edwards. So Arne Slot, it's not all on him. there's 3 musketeers here, and they're all to blame. So, but I think yeah, Slot's gone. I'd be gobsmacked if we won the Champions League, but I'd be so happy because there's a lot of clubs in the Northwest to be really pissed off at us winning that again, you know.
Yeah.
And a certain London club who have never won it. and apparently it's Ben's favourite fan channel. Which takes us nicely on to the last bit of tonight. So like and subscribe to our TV because I've got some brilliant ideas for content and some dodgy topics as well. Yeah, I know. And the thing is, so on the 28th of March this year, the manager is going to be back in the Anfield dugout. Tickets went on sale today at £26.50. Hospitality at £69 because I did have a look. So Jurgen Klopp is going to be back in the Anfield dugout against Dortmund, Legends team. His assistant is no other than Sir Kenny Dalglish, or in my eyes, King Kenny. There's only one king at Liverpool, and it's Dalglish, not Mo Salah. Kenny's always been the king, and why would you need a sir when you've already got a king anyhow?
So if he's going to be in that game, will it be like a 45 each half kind of thing? He'll do one half with Liverpool, one with Dortmund, or is he doing the full thing with Liverpool?
I don't know, but the captain for Liverpool is your favourite, Ben, Steven Gerrard.
I think he's a lot of people's favourite, to be fair, Craig, except you.
Except me. But listen, what I will say on Steven Gerrard is, because I've got DVDs of us here, West Ham Cup final. He was an elite player, but I've said it time and time again, he's not an elite coach. That's why I don't want him in the dugout at Liverpool. He wouldn't make us any better. He'd only give you the passion and what it means to wear the shirt. That's all he'd give you. But he would improve you as a football team. But he's going to be captain. Dalglish is going to be Jurgen's assistant, and Jurgen's going to be manager. So, Jackson, what do you think it's going to be like to have Jurgen back at Anfield in the dugout for one game?
Yeah, I think Arne Slot will not be happy with that. I'm sure he'll say plenty of nice things about Jurgen Klopp, as he has done throughout his time as Liverpool head coach. But when I saw that, I thought this might not go so well, because I mean it'll be a lovely day, like for the fans, and to welcome back Jurgen Klopp. But I just think with the way things are at the club, I think there are a lot of Liverpool fans who are quite hung up on Jurgen Klopp at the moment, and it could turn a bit nasty against Arne Slot in the enthusiasm for Jurgen Klopp. It made me think of Manchester United. Any time Man United concede a goal at Old Trafford, the cameras always find Sir Alex Ferguson, and Man United are in danger of becoming that club who are just harking back to what they did in the 90s and noughties. And I don't want Liverpool to go down that road of just thinking about the past all the time. Even further back, I mean, have either of you seen the Damned United, when Brian Clough takes charge of Leeds United, and Don Revie shows up to one of his first games, and he gets a standing ovation from the fans and even from the players.
Yeah,
and then we all know how that ended for Brian Clough. So I'm going down a bit of a slippery slope with feeling a bit uneasy about Jurgen Klopp coming back, but I think maybe the manager should have been someone like Kenny Dalglish, someone who has served the club very well, but who is ultimately well past their sell-by date. You don't even have to get a club legend. Like, you've got players like Fabio Aurelio and Martin Kelly. I like them. I've got nothing against them, but legends they are not. You could have just got someone who's maybe not so who's in the not so recent past of Liverpool to manage the team or whatever. So yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about it.
Like we did, I think it was last year, was it, when we got Sven-Goran Eriksson?
Yeah. I mean, that was a nice gesture considering what he was going for at that point.
Yeah. Can Gerrard become a sign a 6-month contract?
Well, what you could have done, Ben, you could have had your second dream team in charge, Torres as manager and Gerrard as assistant.
Torres can be the physio because he's now jacked.
Oh, isn't he's a Spanish rock, isn't he?
Yeah, he
looks
is.
like
Yeah,
Dwayne Johnson.
yeah.
He's huge.
Mhm.
So I mean, I agree what you're saying there. It could be uncomfortable for Ernest like this, extremely. But let's not forget, it's a charity match first and
Yeah.
foremost.
Yes,
And-
like at least
and-
he's not showing up to
Yeah,
an
and the
important
thing
game.
is-
Yeah,
Yeah, and the thing is, I've worked these charity games, and you know something, guys, they are an absolute nightmare. They're a nightmare to do because once the game's over, all the fans want to do the screaming at the players with the shirts.
Mhm.
Right? And you try and hold them back. Oh crikey! But the thing is, all the shirts are auctioned off for charity afterwards to raise money for the LFC Foundation, which all the ticket money goes to and what have you. So yeah, it's a great cause. And apparently Jurgen's gone on social media and said he can't wait for the 28th of March. He's absolutely looking forward to it. I think he's already ruffled somebody's feathers with this. I mean, we've just mentioned who it is. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, in an ideal world, in a parallel universe, in an ideal world, I'd have Jurgen Klopp back in a heartbeat before Alonso and Gerrard, but it ain't going to happen. I read something the other day that apparently Jurgen is seriously thinking about going to Madrid at some point, but I hope not, because
I'd be surprised.
he wants Erling Haaland to go with him. Apparently,
If you tell me a list of clubs that Klopp could manage in the future, Real Madrid would not be on that list.
well, I don't know if you've seen it on social media, right? That 442 have released the top 100 managers of all time, the GOATs. Jurgen Klopp is number 23.
Okay.
Guess who number one is?
Pep. It's Pep or Fergie.
Fergie's number one.
Okay.
Okay. I'd say
Pep's number 3.
there's 2.
He's a foreigner.
Mourinho.
No,
Mourinho.
no.
He's a foreigner, Craig. There's about 1,000 foreign managers. in football
Yeah.
currently.
Very few English ones.
Right, I'll tell you what. When I find it, I'll send you a screenshot of it, and you can have a look at the 100, and you can make your own minds up. But yeah, Taggart, as I call him, or Whiskey Nose, he's number one. And I've said it to my mates who are Liverpool fans. When that day arrives and he's no longer here, I'm holding the biggest fucking party ever. So if you want to come down, I don't care whether you live in London or not, or wherever you live. Alfred can come over from nowhere. I'm throwing the biggest party ever when he goes Fergie, and you're all welcome. Oh yeah, 20 times who? But no. So yeah, Fergie's number one and Klopp's 23. I think Klopp's better than Ferguson. Because there's only 2 managers. Here's a stat for you. There's only 2 managers in English football who have won the entire collection of trophies you can win. One's Alex Ferguson and one's Jurgen Klopp. Fergie did it in 13 years. Klopp did it in 6.
I do feel there's a bit of bias there, though, considering you'd happily celebrate Fergie dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Fergie did win a lot more trophies, like, a lot more league titles.
Yeah, but he had no competition, did he?
Paisley's better than both. Bob Paisley.
Paisley's better than Ferguson.
Yeah, Paisley won 4 European Cups in 9 years or something.
He won. Bob Paisley won 19 trophies in 9 seasons.
If you give Arne Slot enough time, he'll do the same.
And I'm just watching, waiting for Ben's head to explode. Before, when you was talking about Slot and you said, I'd get him to keep his job if he wins the Champions League, Ben's head was going like my Virgil's bobblehead. He wasn't impressed. But I think Arne Slot, in fairness to him, I just think he's got to have a look at himself and just do the basics well. You know, and if you can do what you did on Wednesday night again tomorrow and the week after, fine. But he should be using these Champions League results for me as a springboard for the Premier League, but he's not.
So use the competition we have a chance of winning in as a springboard for a league we have no chance of winning.
Yeah, but were we ever going to retain the league really this season? Well, I thought we would, but
I did think we would, but now we're not. So no point focusing on the league unless we're not out. Unless we get knocked out in the round of 16, then yeah, obviously, then go and get top 4 because then you need it. But if we have a chance of the Champions League, we go all guns blazing for the Champions League, and if we don't,
yeah, right. I've got a question for you, Ben and Jackson, right? Because this is what another fan channel's talked about, right? And the person who they were talking about it, and the main guy on it said, "I'm not worried about top 4 whatsoever." Right? I'm not worried about United or Chelsea. Right? I ain't worried. I think we'll finish top 4. What are your thoughts on it, Ben? Are you concerned with Liverpool's battle for top 4 with the current state of performances, considering how Chelsea have started to play and how Michael Carrick's got United performing in 2 games against City and Arsenal back-to-back?
Yeah, I'm definitely a little bit more concerned than I was a month ago. Like, you look at Chelsea's fixtures for the next 3 weeks as well. They've got sunshine and rainbows coming at them. We've got the hell. I mean, they've got 2 home games against West Ham and Leeds, I think it is, and an away game against Wolves. Whereas we've got to play Newcastle, City, Sunderland, and Forest. United are looking better than us at the minute. So yeah, I'm definitely not as comfortable as it was. And if you think you are comfortable now, then you're just a bit.
I'm a bit more concerned than I was a month ago as well, and I've started to think, I hope the Premier League gets that 5th spot for the Champions League, because maybe that's where Liverpool end up finishing.
It's already confirmed. It would take a catastrophic level of bottling.
Yeah, I saw it yesterday.
Yeah, so it's pretty much a done deal. Yeah. I mean, I was saying a bit earlier before we went live that I still reckon Aston Villa are going to drop off towards the end of the season. I think we'll finish above them, but Chelsea and Man United, they're looking pretty good. But I want to see this Man United team against opposition that plays a low block against them. So far, under Michael Carrick, they've played against Man City and Arsenal, who were expected to beat them, and naturally were a bit more open. And of course, there's just the adrenaline of the new manager bounce. Let's just see, because ultimately these group of players, Ruben Amorim did not play to their strengths, but ultimately they let down Ruben Amorim. Will they do the same to Michael Carrick?
If we come out to these next 4 games and we're still in contention for it, then I'll be more comfortable. Because this is our hardest run now for the rest of the season, really. You're not going to find a harder run. Most of our bigger games are at home as well, like Spurs, Chelsea, and whatnot. So after we go to the Stadium of Light and the City ground, we've not really got any challenging away grounds left.
And another thing which makes it interesting as well is like you touched on there, Ben, with Chelsea and United, with them having to play West Ham and Forest. The thing is, if you look at just going from the top of the table to the bottom, because I was looking at it the other day. If you look at the bottom of the table, which is really, really interesting now, you've got Nuno. You've got Nuno at West Ham United. Now, he could send Nottingham Forest down, which he would love to do after the way they treated him. So, West Ham have got everything to play for. So if West Ham start beating Chelsea and Man United and Forest start dropping points, Forest are in trouble. But the thing is as well, just talking about the bottom at the minute, I think you might not agree with me here, but I think Crystal Palace could get sucked into this. if you look at the league table and you look at the points, there's not much in it now. Crystal Palace, with what's happened there, the manager said he's going. They've lost Mark Gay. They've lost Ezra. Now Jean-Paul Mateta said he wants to leave. So Crystal Palace could get sucked into something they don't want to be in. So from our standpoint, if West Ham or Forest or Palace are coming up against Man United or Chelsea, you want them teams winning or taking points off you other two teams for the top four. And for me, and I know Jackson, you've just said you can see Aston Villa dropping off. I'd love Aston Villa to win the Premier League. I would love it. Nobody's giving them a shout, are they?
Yeah, they've also just lost 3 key players to long-term season enders, really. McGinn, Kamara and Tielemans are all out for several weeks now.
I mean, I watched them the other night. They were 2-0 down and they come back and won 3-2 and it was a great performance.
Salzburg, though.
But if you're at that bottom of the league table, it's it's really tight to call that, and it's fascinating to see. I've got a game on while we're talking here. Bristol City, Derby County, because I don't know if you watch the Championship, Jackson, or not.
Not that much. I should watch more EFL, but no, I don't.
I don't know if Ben watches it at all, but just for a split second, I think the Championship's an harder league than the Premier League.
Yeah, they do say that to get out of the Championship. Yeah,
it's brutal. 48 games.
Yeah, 42 is it?
42 games. Yeah, 38.
Oh, no, 45. 42. Sorry, no, we were both wrong. Yeah, it's 45. Yeah,
45.
24 teams in the league. Yeah,
it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. Takes no prisoners out of the league, I tell you.
Yeah, I know Coventry were like way out in front at Christmas time, but now it's like quite close between them and Middlesbrough.
Yeah, Fat Frank.
I'd do anything. I hope that's the top 2, like Middlesbrough and Coventry. That's an interesting set. That's two interesting teams. Genuinely, it's mainly the same every year, really. As long as Leicester or Sheffield United are all out in the Championship, as long as it's not them two that come up, I'm happy to see any other team.
I like to see new teams come up. Yeah,
I'm so sick of Leicester and Sheffield United coming up and then going straight back down. Like, just go, man. Stay there.
Yeah, Norwich are near the relegation zone in the Championship, so they're not going to come back up to the Premier League this season.
Oh my God, I was so sick of them coming up and down every year.
What, Delia Smith? Where are you? Let's have you. And the thing is, as Jackson said earlier on, what a weird season this is in the Premier League, because 10 years ago, it's that long, a decade ago, Leicester City won the Premier League in an absolutely similar season, which was bonkers, right? And Claudio Ranieri, dilly ding, dilly dong, won the Premier League, right? And now here we are, 10 years on, another season like it. And this is I've said it all along. If Arsenal don't win it this year, they never ever will. But I don't think they will win it. I'm sticking with City.
Here's an interesting question. Who do you reckon wins? A fully fit and in form 2016 Leicester or a fully fit and in form 2026 Aston Villa?
Yeah, I think Leicester. Yeah, because yeah.
And I think I'd give it to Leicester as well. Yeah, Vardy, Mahrez, Kante.
They were a good side, weren't they?
Yeah, it would be a good game, but yeah, I think Leicester would win. That Leicester team would win it.
Here's a good question. I mean, Ben's just mentioned his name now.
Jamie Vardy.
Do you think he goes underrated at all?
No.
Can you rate Jamie Vardy or not?
I mean, I rated him when he was in his peak, but I think he's just a bit washed now. He is 40, so
Yeah, I think I know a couple of Leicester fans, and they say he is obviously the best player to have ever played for us. So I think he does get credit he deserves. And
Ooh.
like,
He was a real fox in the box.
yeah.
Oh, that's a nice pun, isn't it?
Oh.
He's pinching all your punchlines here, Jackson. What's going on? Hang on a minute.
I've run out of jokes.
Ben, right, Ben. You've just got my memory bank going here. You've just said, Jackson. Was it you or Jackson who said Leicester fans have said that Jamie Vardy's the best they've ever had?
Yeah. The Leicester fans I know who are similar age to me.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm coming back at you now. So when you see your friends who you know who follow Leicester, ask them this from me. Right, so they're saying Vardy's better. So that he's better than Gary Lineker.
Yeah, but how was Gary Lineker there for that long? Because I kind of know Gary Lineker as the like Everton and Tottenham striker who also went to Barcelona. I know he started off at Leicester and that's where he's from and that's who he supports.
He made his name at Leicester.
Yeah. But like I feel like as soon as a bigger club came along, he like jumped ship.
What you have to remember is Vardy won them a Prem and an FA Cup. Like that can't just go completely unforgotten. Lineker won them nothing. Vardy won them 2 major trophies, so that gives him a major boost in any talks for being the best player to ever wear Leicester's shirt.
I agree. That's only like Arnie Slot winning the Premier League and the European Cup. Ben's disappeared. Well, yeah, honestly, lightning strikes twice this year. But I'll tell you what, guys. I mean, I don't know if you've got things to do or you've got food or what have you. But we've been on an hour and 11 minutes now. I've loved this. I think this has just been one. I mean, Jackson mentioned the Jurgen Klopp one, which I added to the topics, which was a cracker for me because the Klopp Meister, the Klopp father back at Anfield, and yeah, I think Gary Slot's going to be having some uneasy night's sleep coming the 28th of March. But the big question is, come 10 o'clock Saturday night, will Liverpool have 3 points on the board, or will we be saying we've gone back to normal again at the end of it?
We've come back to normal after we've beaten Newcastle, who have a few injuries and aren't in form. Then you've got something seriously wrong with you.
You know, so I think we'll leave that there. But I've absolutely enjoyed this, and I've loved every second of it. So for all of you who've been watching, thank you very much from Jackson, from Ben, and from myself. It's always a pleasure to provide these little anecdotes and serve you with your football loyalty, because football makes the world go round. It doesn't matter who you follow. You can be a diehard Red or you can be a diehard football fan. We're here to serve both, I think, because there's too many fan channels only concentrate on one thing. I think we've got, as a channel, I think we should serve the wider football fan. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm quite happy to discuss any league, any team, because I just love football. And why can't you after Benfica's performance the other night? I can't stop watching that goalkeeper. What an header that was! That was an absolute cracker. Alan Shearer would have been proud of that. Come on, the Magpies! No,
I could never say that.
So from me, Aldo, from Ben, and from Jackson, we will see you again probably next Friday, Jackson, if you're free. Ben, you'll probably be available 7 days a week.
Yes.
24/7. So until next time, good night, God bless. Once a Red, always a Red, and you'll never walk alone.
Inspirational stuff, Craig.
Thank you.